Hello, classmates. Today I'm doing my journal articles from JSTOR based on Bob Jones Sr. and BJU and really fundamentalism in general. So the first article I looked at was by John Matsko. This is it, isn't it, Brother Stone, is the title. He uses some internal sources, including Dan Turner, I mentioned him last week, and R.K. Johnson, also primary sources from Bob Jones Jr., from a BJU press release and other various interviews. His methodology is as a historian. He's currently the archivist at the library, but has been on the history faculty before. He is someone at BJU, so that is something to take into account as far as his point of view and methodology. In this, he tells this story of the move from BJU from Cleveland, Tennessee to Greenville, South Carolina, and gives an early history of the university and how everything played out. His conclusion is that the move was good for BJU, very good actually, and good also for the culture of Greenville City and Greenville County in the area, which has grown a lot. Second article is by George Marsden, familiar name now to everyone. Fundamentalism as an American phenomenon, a comparison with English evangelicalism. This is a little bit older article, but worth considering as he's a leader in the field. He has a plethora of secondary sources from England, from America, and also some primary sources, many really, of those as well, and from leaders in both movements. The methodology here is from a preeminent historian, also a church historian, and someone who comes at it from a historian's point of view. He talks here about fundamentalism as a movement from the 1920s in the United States, but different from, might say, our distant cousins in England, and he talks about the differences there. And the biggest thing was really the militancy of those here in America versus those in England. In conclusion, he makes a point that the big difference really lied in the view of history of both groups. In England, they had a broader scope, a broader view, and in America, it was just right here, what's happening right now. And this is a reason why there's so many strange rules at schools such as Bob Jones and other schools like it that we've read about this week in Lats. My third article is called Bob Jones University Apologizes for its Racial Past. This article seems to have primary sources, also some secondary sources as well, especially from their own journal. And there's quotes here from Bob Jones Sr., Stephen Jones, former president, last president, Jones president, and Jonathan Pate, the spokesman for the university. The methodology seems to be more journalistic. There's history in it, but from a journalist's point of view, it reads like a news report. Really, it does have value judgments as well, though. The content talks about this apology, of course, by Stephen Jones, and also gives a history of Bob Jones, a short history, especially focusing on the racism of its past. And in conclusion, it really does have a hopeful, positive tone. It says that it's a milestone of racial progress at universities, especially southern universities. And all of these articles, very helpful for understanding fundamentalism in general, BJU specifically, and just this Christian school movement and the fundamentalism in the 1920s. Thank you for listening.